here at the beautiful Windsor Cottage with the backdrop of the Hotel Del Coronado behind us, and I'm joined by the one and only Scott Auric with Pacific Sotheby's International Realty. Scott, thanks for having us here.
Oh, great to be here. It's a great day to start off on the beach.
You are no stranger to the Hotel Del Coronado. I know you're a member of the club here, but you have a really great story about the Windsor Cottage.
Oh, the Windsor Cottage. Yeah, it's kind of a legendary little piece of property for Coronado. It was a cottage where the Prince of Wales met a lady named Wallis Simpson, I believe, and Wallis Simpson and the Prince of Wales fell in love back in the 20s, and they ended up, a few years later, he, I guess, abdicated his throne, decided not to be the king, and decided to marry her. And this is where they came and stayed when they came to Coronado. And in the 20s and the day, they were kind of celebrities and entertained people all over, and started off with this little cottage here. So the membership gets to use it, and it's got a great patio out here, so it's really
And we're right on the ocean, we should say.
It's pretty special, yeah. This is one of the nicest places in San Diego to sit and enjoy, meals or drinks or whatever out here on the patio. And they have music nights here and things like that, so it's pretty special.
And I know that the beach here was rated in the top 10 or actually in number one in 2012.
Yeah, it was a Dr. Beach travels around, looks at beaches all over the country, and that year, at least this was Coronado was picked as the #1 beach in the U.S. But it's a great beach because it's soft sand and it's not rocks, it's sandy bottom and a beach break, so it's safe, and they have no alcohol on the beach, so it's a pretty, family-friendly beach.
Right.
The other end, down by North Beach, they have a dog beach where people can bring their dogs and play in the surf, and there's only a few of those in San Diego. So, and it's not a bad surf break. We surf every morning, we paddle up and down the beach, and
You talked about the history here of the Windsor Cottage. That really speaks to the history of the Hotel Del Coronado. You can't talk about the Del without talking about the incredible history that it's had.
Well, the Del is about the only thing that gives Coronado some recognition beyond. I mean, people don't know about Coronado, generally speaking. They think of San Diego and they think of La Jolla, Del Mar, and Rancho Santa Fe and all that. But the Del, everybody knows about the Del. People, Coronado, that's the Hotel Del. It is an iconic hotel, and it's had all the history of presidents and royalty and dignitaries from all over the world come and stay here, as well as celebrities. And they had the movie, they shot that movie Some Like It Hot here, and another one with Belushi, and it's a great asset for the community, and it gives back a ton. They're really involved in helping to support the community as well.
So they really give back to the locals here in Coronado, but I am sure that the tourism that the Del brings in also really helps sustain the economy here.
Yeah, it's kind of like in a shopping mall. This is the anchor tenant, so this is what brings people to Coronado for the most part. The most significantly thing that brings people to Coronado. Coronado's a great place, but more people come to stay here, and then they come down the village and see the little atmosphere of the shops and the restaurants, and think they stopped the clock back in the 50s and rolled it back. So it's good for the whole community. They've been good neighbors, and real good, I think, in terms of helping to make Coronado the special place it is.
I mentioned that you're a part of the club here, a member here. Tell me what that entails.
Well, they offered up a beach membership that gives you a chance to kind of belong to the Del. It's kind of expensive. It's like $45,000 or $50,000, but it allows you to join and then be a member to be able to use this facility. Come and use it for. They have a grill night, like I said, and a couple of things that they do in events, and they have some annual parties during the year, and then they let you give you a discount on the hotel rooms. You can use the spa facility. In fact, my wife's right now down in the workout room working out, and they have core classes, training classes.
You're going there after this, right?
No, she tries to get me to come, but I go seldom.
You mentioned the beach villas?
The beach villas, yeah.
Now, those are the properties right here next to the Windsor Cottage.
Right, and they're part of the Del. The Del developed them out. I think there's 33 or 35 units that are for residents to people buy and use. It's a kind of a strange or unique setup where it's called full ownership and limited use. So the owners can use them and come stay for up to 25 days at a time, and the rest of the time they put them into a rental pool, and they rent them out, and the Del manages it, and they get a pretty good return on their investment, and they range from the low $2 million or mid $2 million range to over $5 million. A few of them sold, the ones on the front of the beach, are over $5 million. So
now, if you're looking for something maybe a little bit more permanent, I know that there are some beautiful buildings over here that you were talking about, and some homes in Coronado as well.
Yeah. Well, Coronado's pretty special. We have a lot of homes up and down the beach, all up and down Ocean Boulevard, lined with some of the special, ocean view homes on the frontage there. I have the Spreckles Mansion, just came back on the market, and it's being offered now for $15.9 million. It's one of one kind of property. It was the guy guy, John Spreckles, who at the time owned owned the Del and the whole island. In fact, he sold the part off to North Island, so he owned the entire island, the Del. He built his main mansion over there on Glorietta Bay Inn, and the beach house that he built at 1043 Ocean, he gave to his son as a wedding present. And his son and his wife resided there and entertained all the society back in the 20s. And it's a 10-bedroom, 11-bath estate, family compound that's really, really special. And that just came on the market this last week, or last couple weeks ago. And then I have another one, property in the Shores that's behind us, the 1,500-unit high-rise project there. There's 10 buildings on the beach, the Coronado Shores, and it's been built in the 70s, and some of these units have been completely remodeled. The one I have happens to be the biggest, the nicest, and the best for sale. It's offered for $7,150,000, and a big 3-bedroom on the corner, and really, really a special place.
We were talking a little bit earlier about, we're joking, I should say, about how after the 28-year mark, you're no longer considered a transplant. You came here 30 years ago.
Yeah,
now you are considered a local.
Yeah, I figured it was a few years ago that I became a local, after raising my son here, who's now 30, and being coaching Little League for 16 seasons and doing all the things that we did. My wife was real involved in the schools and PTA, and she was the president of Little League. They called her Pop Wanda. So we've done a lot to be involved in. So after a while, it is, but it's a great community. It's a community that people get really actually warmed up to really quick, because there's so many activities and things for people to do. There's a lot of ways to meet people, either through your kids or through the library or adult activities. There's just all kinds of stuff to do here. So it's a real, and we're used to having tourist people and people from the military come and go. So it's a really great place to call home or come and visit, either one.
Yeah, thank you so much, Scott.
Good.
Give us some great insight on the island today.
Good. We're glad to have you out here.
Thanks. We hope you enjoyed learning about the beautiful community of Coronado and the history and activities that are happening here at the Hotel Del. Our thanks to Scott Aurick with Pacific Sotheby's International Realty. I'm Jen Morris.